OCF families. I hope you had a wonderful Easter, and I hope you've all had a great week this week. Brenda and I are still thinking about you and praying for you, and we really were hoping to be out of this quarantine situation, but as you know, we are not. So we have been thinking about how to bring you the lessons and the stories each week, and we just want to make a couple of minor changes since it looks like we're going to be in this season for a while. We are going to be bringing you both videos today. So in this email, there's this video, which will also be a sneak peek into the story. And then there's Brenda's video, which will be the Bible story. So you can either watch both today, watch this one today, save Brenda's for Sunday, whatever works best for your family. So we hope that that's helpful. And with this video, we're also going to include all the activity sheets, coloring, journal. So everything will be coming to you on Fridays from here on out, and we hope that works well for you and your families. Two other things that we do want to introduce this week, since, as I said, it looks like it's going to be at least a few more weeks till we can all be back together at church, is we wanted to think about what stories, what we want to be talking about during this time at home. And we decided during this kind of season in quarantine, we want to really be focused on being thankful. So the stories and the lessons, everything that we talk about is really going to be focused on, and something we can think about daily is all the things we can be thankful for. Because even though it can be frustrating, you might be sad, you might be missing out on events, missing your friends, there's still so much to be thankful for. So one thing we want to encourage you to do is start a thankful journal. So I just colored this little cover page, and this is attached to this email, so you can print it out and color it if you'd like, or you can make your own cover. And then I've also attached inside, some of you may love to write, and you may love to just journal all the time. So there's a sheet that just has lines, and you can write about all the things you're thankful for every day, every other day, whatever works for you. Or some of you might want to draw a picture. So we've also included a page like this where you can draw a picture and then write about it. Or you can just use a blank sheet and just draw a picture, whatever works for you. But I think focusing on all the things that we're thankful for during this time is really important. So we want to encourage you to do that. The other thing we want to encourage you to do is memorize scripture, memorize some verses. So we are going to have a verse every week that we will talk about, go over with you. We will include a sheet like this that has it copied multiple times. So if you want to print this out, you can cut it. I like to decorate things. So you might decorate one and put it in the bathroom where you see it every morning and every night. You might put this one maybe next to your bed. So right before going to sleep, when you wake up in the morning, you can practice the verse. We're all going to the refrigerator a lot. You might want to put one on your refrigerator. So you can put them all around the house to help you memorize them. And the reason that's important is because as we get to know God better and we study the Bible, we can have these verses close to our heart and we can just recall them. So if we don't have a Bible in front of us, if we've memorized scripture, it can just be very comforting and draw us closer to Jesus when we just think about his words and we've memorized. So again, I encourage you to print this out or make a copy or write it down yourself. And this week's verse is from Psalm 75. It's verse 1, and it says, "We thank you, O God. We give thanks because you are near." Just a great verse. It's not too long, so I'm hoping you guys can practice it, say it every day, and we'll go over it again together next week. But I really hope you will focus on this verse and, like I said, make copies and really practice it throughout the week. So those are the two things we wanted to kind of introduce that we will continue during this time. And now it's time to get ready for this week's story. So we're going to play a game, and I have asked my son, Jason, my husband, Kevin, to play along. And this game is called That's Not True. So we're all going to tell you, each one of us is going to tell you 3 things, and we want you to guess which one isn't true. My puppy is tearing up a toy right now, but I'm going to grab her for one of mine. Come here. Well, maybe you can grab her for me. And then they're going to come sit with me, and we will play the game. We'll see if we can catch the puppy. My 3, she's running away. Okay, so my 3, I'll start while they caught the puppy. is that, you guys want to sit here with me and then you guys can go after? So mine is that my puppy growing up, the dog I had growing up, looked just like Stella. I broke my leg when I was 4, and I got married to Kevin when I was 23 years old. Which one do you think isn't true? Did I get married when I was 23?
Yes.
Yes.
We did.
We did. And I did break my leg when I was 4. Now, I did have a dog growing up. My dog did not look like Stella. I had a Pembroke Welsh Corgi. So a little dog, but did not look like Stella. Thanks, Stella. Okay. Do you want to go next?
Okay. I've been indoor skydiving. I've played basketball for 7 years, and I'm in 8th grade.
Well, I know which one's not true. He knows which one's not true. What do you think's not true? All right, go ahead and tell us.
I have been indoor skydiving, and it was really fun. We went a few years ago. And then I've been playing basketball for 7 years, and I still play every day. And I am in 7th grade, not 8th grade.
Soon, a few months away. Okay, and what are your 3?
My 3 are, I was born in Nicaragua. I work on the Dr. Phil show. And I was baptized in the Jordan River.
Obviously, I know which one's not true. What one do you guys think is not true? All right, tell us.
I was not born in Nicaragua. I was born here in the United States in Los Angeles. But I was baptized in the Jordan River, the same river that Jesus was baptized in himself by John.
Pretty cool, huh? All right, thanks you guys. So the reason we played that game is that some things that people say, kind of like, I don't believe that. That's unbelievable. Well, and sometimes it's hard to believe certain things, and miracles can be hard to believe, but that's because miracles, we can't explain how it happened. We can tell you all about how Kevin went to the Jordan River. I can tell you all about my dog. We can prove that Jason's really in 7th grade. But miracles, we can't explain. And that's because they are examples of God's power. And God isn't limited by the things that we are limited by. So miracles are just so amazing, and Jesus performed miracles to glorify God. And he performed miracles to prove that he was the Son of God. And today's story, or this week's story, is about the first miracle that Jesus performed. The first miracle that Jesus performed, he performed at an event. It was a very special event. It was a celebration. And I'm going to give you a few hints to what kind of a celebration it was. So these celebrations still happen today. Today, for this kind of a celebration, you might get in the mail an envelope that looks a little different than others. It might have kind of fancy writing. When you open it up, it might be fancy inside, and sometimes there's like 3 or 4 things inside. And you might get this months before the event actually happens. At this event, there's usually cake. Oftentimes it's like a big cake with lots of layers. You might eat the cake on a fancier plate than usual. At this event also, the event is celebrating 2 people, not just 1 person. So you might see 2 glasses and they might toast in celebration. And my last hint for you is that the celebration is about love. I bet a lot of you have guessed what the celebration is. This special celebration is a wedding. So Jesus performed his first miracle at a wedding. And I'll tell you, weddings are so special. I looked forward to my wedding. We planned for our wedding. And my parents were very traditional, so we had a pretty traditional wedding. I'm going to show you a couple pictures. I wore a traditional white dress. It had a long train, and we got married in the church that I grew up in. We had our friends and our family. They were part of our wedding. We did have a cake like I described, a big layered cake. We did a lot of the traditional things. Well, the wedding that Jesus was at when he performed this miracle, there were also a lot of traditions at it, but they were different traditions. But they were very important. And at this event, at this wedding, when Jesus was there, they ran out of something. It was something that was expected to be there. It needed to be there to be part of the whole celebration, and they ran out of it. So I want you to think about, what do you think they ran out of? And when you listen to the story with Brenda, you're going to find out what they ran out of and what Jesus did to perform this miracle and what the miracle was. And just remember that Jesus performed these miracles to show that he was God's son. He performed all these miracles as signs, as ways to show people and to have them and help them believe that he was God's son. So I hope you'll enjoy listening to the story with Brenda, and just hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. We miss you and just can't wait to see you again.